So the 2020 Charles H. Towns Graduate Student Fellowship Award. The CTNS Graduate Student Fellowship in Theology and Science is named in honor of Charles H. Towns, a member of the CTNS Board of Directors for nearly 30 years. It is extremely rare for even a distinguished scientist, with a list of accolades a football field long, to accomplish something that changes the course of civilization. Yet Charlie Towns has done so with his participation in the discovery of the maser and the laser. From CD players and barcode scanners to cataract and cancer surgery and dentistry without anesthetics. From national missile defense and controlled nuclear fusion to optical fibers and lunar laser ranging. From laser-top desktop printers to multimedia laser light shows. From identity holograms on credit cards to floating navigational holograms used by airplane pilots. The laser has forever changed the landscape of our technological world. But what is of even greater importance to us here today is that all these decades, Charlie has been a champion of the intellectual validity and ethical voice of religion to an often skeptical and occasionally dismissive scientific community. Charlie has been unremittingly outspoken in his conviction that science and religion are convergent, that's his term, rather than in conflict or in isolated realms. In particular, science should not be co-opted into the service of atheism and materialism, but instead celebrated as a lasting partner with world religions in service of the wider culture. As a Nobel Laureate in physics, with over 24 honorary degrees, and a member of such distinguished societies as the National Academy of Science, the Pontifical Academy of Science, Charlie represents the world of theological education in places where we could never go, and to people who would never listen to us, even if we got there. He has given energy, vision, and financial support to many institutions such as CTNS that seek to bring science and religion into responsible and respectful dialogue. In the quest for the ultimate meaning of life. The CTNS and G2 communities are truly blessed that one of our members goes from here, the Theological Academy, where we study, teach, and worship and research together, into the austere turf of physics and cosmology, to convey and to embody in his life and values our shared good news of hope and faith. The purpose of the Charles Towns Fellowship is to recognize and offer modest financial support to doctoral students at the GTU who have demonstrated the ability to do high in theology and science. The selection is based on academic excellence, and students in any area of the GTU doctoral program whose research focuses on theology and science are eligible to apply. With the fellowship carrying Charlie's name, its recipients will be inspired by Charlie's pioneering leadership in scientific research and his internationally recognized voice for the creative interaction between science and religion. Myoung-ho Sim came to the GTU in 2016 with a background in economic engineering, photonics, and digital image processing, a master's in divinity, and a master's in early Reformation theology from Honam Theological University and Seminary in Seoul, Korea. He passed his G2 orals comps exam with distinction in 2019 and is currently writing his dissertation. His dissertation begins by refuting the challenge we all know from Lynn White, Jr., that, quote, the anthropocentric view of Christianity has contributed to the ecological crisis, unquote, in a profound way. Instead, Myoung-ho places the crisis of climate change within the broader context of climate justice, in which, quote, the rights of the most vulnerable need to be protected, unquote. He expands this to include both the most vulnerable human communities and those non-human species most vulnerable to climate change. To meet this crisis, Myoung-ho makes a bold proposal. We should not seek to revise the doctrine of creation, a la Lynn White. Instead, we should focus on theological anthropology. We're the problem, not creation. and expand the traditional meaning of humans created in the image of God to being part of what he terms the homo oikos sacralis, in my terms, a human sacred household. According to Myoung-ho, this will help us, quote, see our neighbors with different eyes, and, quote, encourage the church to take environmental concerns seriously. He supports this claim by drawing on the writings of GT Professor Cynthia Boveda, as well as the writings of Sally McVeigh, Jürgen Moltmann, and UC Berkeley's Richard Newberg. He then offers a scientific model, quote, an integrated assessment model, which is highly mathematical, to support his claim that damages due to climate change must be addressed from the point of view of environmental economics as well as equity. I look forward with great expectation to Myoung-ho's publication of his dissertation. I believe it has the potential to have a significant impact on the academic, church, and political communities, all of which stand in real need of a new vision to spur our renewed commitment to addressing climate change and climate justice. Please join me in warmly congratulating the 2020 Charles H. Thames Fellow, Myoung-ho Center.
That's a total surprise. Nobody said anything about that. Sitting here for a few minutes thinking about what I could say or add. And it's empty. Not much to say, other than it's been a huge blessing. It's been a challenge and a big, I would say challenge, to be here and to listen, to learn, and to go forward. I will do my utmost to quickly finish and do my part in making this world a little better for present and future generations. And I thank you all so much for being here. And thank you.